Hey guys, Team Urban, I was here with a bit more Pokemon. I'm going to be doing a whole slew of 3v3 battles since they went really quick, so I figure I can get a bunch of them out. I think I have 8 that I'm going to show you guys here today. So, yeah, I just figured I would do some random online battles, and they went pretty well. I couldn't play ranked because I can't get on the global sync for some reason. It keeps saying that the servers are overcrowded and stuff like that. So hopefully I'll be able to get you guys some ranked. But for now, we'll just do some free battles against some people here. They do, a few of them have pretty good teams. Some of them really noobs. The really, really bad ones I didn't really save. So without further ado, let's go with this. I'm trying out my new Mawile build. And I think it's pretty interesting. I have to get my HP and my defense IVs on this Mawile because it has the attack, special attack, which is stupid, special defense and speed. I didn't even breed for the special attack. It kind of just ended up getting it, so unlucky there. So right here, I know the Golurk is ground and it is ghost, so it's weak against my sucker punch, and I have that huge power, so I have a huge attack right now. And I'm going to hit it and instantly kill it because I knew he was probably going to go for the Earthquake because that's really the only thing Golurk can really do to hurt me. And then he's going to send out the Absol. He's going to go with the Psycho Cut, but I do have that Fairy, so it's not going to be very effective. I'm going to use Play Rough, which is the 90 power move that has a chance of lowering the special or the attack of the target hit with it. And then he just sends out the Florges here and forfeits the game. So that's pretty much it. He knew he couldn't do anything against that Mawile. I had the Metagross because I knew he was going to end up playing the Florges. So let's go with the second battle. He has Florges, Goodra, and Braxton. So I was really confused about the Braxton, but I think it has an Eviolite on it, and you'll see that it is actually really, really strong. But he starts off with Goodra here, which gives me a huge advantage because I know it can't hit me with its dragon moves. Intimidate's not so good in this situation because the fact that it's a special attacker and it doesn't really affect any of his move. But it goes with Sludge Bomb. I don't know if he was thinking I was going to run away or something. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know I'm Fairy. I don't know. But I get to play rough. Instantly kills it because it goes right to its physical. Had no chance. Then he plays out Braxton. So Braxton is not even evolved fully, but Braxton looks really cool. So I go with the Sucker Punch because I know it's, I thought it was going to be super effective, but I guess not. And it actually leaves him at 1 HP. So this is why I'm thinking he's on Eviolite, but I'm not completely sure about that. And so I just send out my Rotom and I go with the Thunderbolt. I take the Psyshock here. Psyshock's pretty strong, but so is my Rotom. And I go with that, killing it because it only has 1 HP. No reason to use Hydro Pump and miss a million times in a row. And he goes with the Florges just like the last guy. And these battles were in a row, so it was pretty funny. So I go with the Volt Switch here. It doesn't really do too much, but I just don't think my Rotom's going to be able to fight this thing too effectively. And I throw out my Chandelure because I know it has Fairy moves, which are not very effective against fire, and it has Grass moves, also not very effective against fire. So I take that shot, and I know the Fire Blast will most likely kill it because I do have that Life Orb, and it has a billion attack, and down it goes. So there we go, 2 battles now. Told you these are pretty quick. So yeah, defeated Skylar there, and let's go to the next one. So here I changed up my team. I'm not using the Mawile because Mawile is really weak against what this guy had. He had like 3 fire Pokemon or something like that. Though I did use the Metagross, I believe, because he did have a Fairy inside his team too. So I start off with the Noivern because it was strong against pretty much all his team, and it just seemed like a good Pokemon to start off with. So he goes Blaziken, and obviously Blaziken is slower without that first speed boost than my Noivern, so I'm able to get that off, and I have a wide lens on this, so it has a better chance of hitting. He goes with the Scizor, which I was not really expecting him to use here, just because of the fact that I did have the Chandelure, and that's 4 times effective against him. So I was just a little bit confused, but I missed that first hurricane, hit with the second, almost kill him. He goes with the night slash here because his X-Wing was not very effective at all. And I end up hitting with the second one or third one and fainting him. So there goes down Scissor. I was surprised it didn't. He didn't go for the Mega Evolution of that instead of the Blaziken, but I think his whole team was based on that, based on Mega Evolutions. So yeah, and then he plays the Gengar, and the Gengar actually goes down to my Draco Meteor and gets swept. So he didn't really have a chance just because how fast his Noivern is. Plus it has that special attack. So here I'm going back to my Mawile. This guy's using all legendaries. I knew he was going to go for it. That's why I kind of set up my team to go for the all legendary team that I undoubtedly knew was coming. So he starts off with the Z guy, however you pronounce his name, and as I said, I have that Mawile. So he's ground, and he is also dragon. So I know he's rocking that earthquake, but I do have that intimidate, so I believe I can survive with my 125 base defense on Mega Mawile. And so I just go with the play rough. I thought about going with the sucker punch because I thought he'd just go for it, but good thing I didn't because he does go with the camouflage and turns into a normal type. So I get the play rough off. It's not super effective anymore, but it does a ton of damage. Then I figure his second move is going to be attack move, so I do go with that sucker punch and knock it out. And I figured if I didn't, he's either using Thunder Wave or he's using camouflage again. So I was set there. This guy goes with Mewtwo this time. I know Mewtwo has that Aurora, and I don't want to be hit by that, but he does go with the Mega Mewtwo. Now I know its defense is up, so I don't think I can kill him in one hit. So sucker punch still goes through. And I hit it, and half damage, and he does go with the Aurora Spear. So that's gonna not be fun for me. But it actually does less because I forgot what I was, but he goes with the Recover. I forgot that I was a fairy, so the Aurora Spear is just normal. And yeah, he goes with that Recover, so my Sucker Punch misses. I should have, and I thought about going with the play rough there, but I didn't. So I go with the Chandelure, knowing he's gonna go with the Aurora Spear. I go with the Shadow Ball here, hoping I could survive since he does not have a huge special attack stat compared to his attack stat because he is the X version. And I get the Aurora Spear off and actually kill the Mewtwo. So there we go with that. And he still has one guy left, which is his fairy guy. And I forgot it was fairy. For some reason, I was thinking that it was a... I don't even remember what, a dragon or something. I brought two I brought two fairies trying to combat with this, but I have that Iron Head on Mawile, and I figure Mawile can survive a shot from this thing because it's not too strong, but it uses gravity. And I was just like, what? Why would you use gravity? So my Iron Head goes off and one-shots it. So even though he's using legendaries, it doesn't really matter. Legendaries aren't the end-all, be-all, and they can actually be beat. So this next guy's also going with a legendary in his team, which I was actually happy to see the legendary in this one, because since I did face that last guy, I was able, because most of these are like consecutive battles, like I said, unless they're nubby, and I knew he was going to go with the Klefki. I had an undying feeling that he was going with that, but it has that Prankster, so I know it's going to get one of its moves off before I can do anything, but I am going to go for the taunt here to set it up for not being able to do anything, and probably him switching out, and that's what I kind of banked on him doing. So I'm paralyzed, but I still get the taunt off, which is nice, and now this Klefki has no moves. So he set this up to just be a trolley Klefki, and it kind of backfired on him, and he should have switched out, but it's fine. I went with the Iron Head because I thought he would switch out, and that move's good against his legendary, which I knew he was running, and he just saw me use Iron Head, and he puts out the legendary anyways? What is he doing? So he goes with that, which, you know, has this whole gigantic, like, long thing just to increase his special attack and stuff, because he's using the white herb on it for some reason, it's kind of pointless. It raises special attack, special defense, and speed. I was like, that's fine. And I get fully paralyzed and can't use Iron Head on him, so I'm like, oh, I hope I don't die. But he uses Thunderbolt? Strange. And I go with the Iron Head and one-shot it again. So I wish I would have gotten that off on the turn before just to make him a little bit mad. And then his last Pokemon's Alakazam, which I know he's just going to try to kill me using probably, you know, I don't know, Shadow Ball or something like that. But I know if I don't get paralyzed here, that I can kill it with the Sucker Punch. And I figure even if I do die here, I do have the Bullet Punch on my Metagross that's sitting on the bench. Otherwise, this guy would have swept me. But I do get the Sucker Punch off anyway, so in the end, it doesn't really matter. And here we get the next one. Blaziken is the bane of my existence, I tell you what. I got swept by Blaziken on one of the battles just because it used Protect, and then it like knew every move that it needs to know. So he starts with Pikachu, and I start with the Rotom, and I know he doesn't have any grass moves, I should say. But he uses that Volt Tackle, and look how much damage that did. I was like, oh my god. So I went with the Hydro Pump. I didn't think I was going to get hurt that much, and I do kill the Pikachu because it does have pretty low special defense, I believe. So he ends up sending out Blaziken, and I'm just like, great, here we go. And it ends up protecting. So this little setup that these guys are having with Blaziken, with stupid Protect, and then gets the speed boost is so annoying, and that's why I banned it from my tournament this week. But I go with the Noivern thinking he's most likely going to use like Blaze Kick or something. Don't know why he didn't Mega Evolve and then Protect. I don't know, it seems like dumb. But he goes with the Rock Slide, like mega prediction, and he ends up actually missing, and then he goes to Rock Slide and misses again, and I used the Hurricane and hit. So there you go. That's what you get, Blaziken. You're not worth it. Just stop using Blaziken, everybody, please. It's dumb. And then he has Venusaur left, and I know the Venusaur is going to either lose to this or it's going to lose to my Gardevoir, so it doesn't really matter because I do hit with the Hurricane and take it out. So there we go with that one. I think there's what, 2 more? It's either 2, yeah, 2 more. So this guy's using Blaziken, Blastoise, and Salamence, and I'm going to start off with my Noivern here. And because I knew Noivern was going to be good against this whole team because he had other stuff. He had like another fighting and another dragon, so I knew Noivern was going to be really good. He had Garchomp, I believe, and I don't remember what the fighting was. I think it was Lucario, but I'm not sure. So I do go with him, and I miss the Hurricane. And I'm just like, oh, he's gonna use Stone Edge or something, but no, he uses Blaze Kick. And it doesn't even do half. It does almost half of my life, but just enough where I know I can get off another Hurricane if he does another Blaze Kick. And he goes with Flare Blitz, or was it Flare Blitz that he used first? I kind of missed it. And I survive, so I'm just ecstatic at this point. Hits himself for some recoil, which doesn't really matter because the Hurricane will one-shot him either way. So now I'm like, okay, wow. So I'm in a good position with my Noivern, as long as my Noivern does not miss. And he goes with the Salamence and Intimidates, which doesn't matter because I am a special attacker. And I get the Draco Meteor off and actually one-shot this Salamence. Draco Meteor has a really nice animation, by the way. And really easy to get, so that's a thing too. And so he's down. I lose a bunch of special attack though, and he goes with Blastoise, and I'm like, well, I can't really fight this Blastoise, so let's just roost, see what moves it has, see how many different things it's going to use. It's like it probably has Ice Beam, but it goes with Surf, and I'm like, okay, it has Surf, that's fine. And so I roost again because I want to see what other moves it has, because I don't think he's going to use Surf again, seeing how little damage it did. Think he's a little smarter than that. So he goes with the Blizzard and actually misses. So I go with the Draco Meteor because, I mean, Roost would be just useless because if he hits with the Blizzard, it's ×4 effective anyways. And even ×2 effective, I think, would kill me. So I was like, oh, let's just do some damage. And he does go with the Blizzard again. but I suspect he's running, you know, probably something like Shell Smash or something like that too. So I send out the Gardevoir because I do have the energy ball on this thing, and it will one-shot most water Pokemon because it has a huge special attack. And yeah, goodbye Blastoise. I gotta breed this thing for perfect IVs too. I only have perfect special attack and perfect speed, but I could get the special defense on it. I just need to find the other guys to do it. I just don't have a Ditto Safari. If anybody has a Ditto Safari, let me know. So you can add me up. So this video is 15 minutes, but it's multiple battles, so I mean, it's not going to be that boring to watch, I don't think. If you guys are still with me, well, congratulations. So I start off Mawile. Like I said, I wanted to keep checking Mawile, and he starts off with this guy, and I'm like, that is perfectly fine because I can survive an earthquake, you know, no problem. And then Play Rough will one-shot this guy, and I will be in perfect position. So I Mega Mawile, and he earthquakes just as expected, and dead. Why? Critical hit. I would have survived that thing so easily, and the reason why I know this is because I send out this Gardevoir because I do have the Moonlight on this, and he uses Crunch and barely does any damage. So I know that since Crunch only did that much damage, and Mawile is Gardevoir is really, really weak in defense. Like, this thing only has like 100 defense, not even. It's probably like 90 something. And that Mawile has almost 200 defense. There's no way I should have been one-shot by it, especially with the Intimidate up. So, and he goes with the Shadow Ball here, and obviously Gardevoir cannot survive a Shadow Ball. And I know this Mega Gengar is super fast, and all I have is one Pokemon left, and that is Rotom, or as I nicknamed him, Mr. Fantastic. And this match is just going to prove why he's Mr. Fantastic. So this guy, bit of a douche, he's trying to troll me, and this is why I saved this battle for last, even though it was the last one I did. It's the reason why I did, because want to make a video now. He goes with the Destiny Bond, and I'm like, okay, I hope this Hydro Pump does not kill him, because there's a little secret about burn damage here, that if you kill them with the status effect, it's not considered your Pokemon killing them. So he goes, I know he's going to go with the Destiny Bond again, so I'm not going to hit him. I'm just going to use the Will-O-Wisp again, and he actually dies. He dies to it. So he's probably like, oh yeah, okay, I won the match, okay, game over. No, you don't know. So he has this douche, so I'm going to Will-O-Wisp this thing to cut its attack, because I know it can probably one-shot me with that Shadow Sneak. But what's he do? He does Sword Dance, and I'm like, okay, well now he's one up, so he's almost back at full. I'm like, that's fine. I hit him with the burn, so now I'm going to go with the Hydro Pump, but he does go with the King Shield, so I'm just like, okay, well that's fine. I was like, he probably has, you know, leftovers, and he does, so it's like, okay, well he'll heal a little bit back, and then next turn I'll be able to hit him, but no, because I missed. And then he Sword Dances again. I thought he was going to go with the Shadow Sneak. He should have won with the Shadow Sneak. So now he has two Sword Dances up. He goes and uses another one of those. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, well, he's probably going to King Shield again just because he's being a jerk. And that's what jerks do. But no, he goes with the Shadow Sneak. And I'm like, okay, well, good game. You're a douche. But Rotom is a champ, Mr. Fantastic. And guess what? My Lightning Bolt, oh my god, so much damage. So much damage. So I ended up beating this guy. That's what you get. Never be a douche. Tommy, I'm talking to you. With your stupid team, that you get the lucky crit. I could have probably swept him a while if he didn't get that crit. I don't see how he could have beaten me. Just the punch, the Sucker Punch would have just wiped out the rest of his team. So I just don't see how he would have beat me if he didn't get that crit. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys stay for this whole 20 minutes. It's really fun to do all these battles. I'll bring you guys more of these, and I will definitely bring you guys more just regular everyday battles. I hope the video's not too blurry. I tried setting it up like I usually do, but it's kind of hard doing it the same every time. So hopefully you guys will watch the whole thing. But yeah.